Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to error analysis number 2. Okay, this video you should already have attempted this problem. We're going to go ahead and make sure that it's correct, and we're going to describe all the errors at the end. Your job right now is to make sure that you have done this correctly, and you need to make sure it's done well, because at the end of this video you have an extra ticket where you're going to be asked to do one completely on your own without any help from me, and you need to turn it in for a grade. So here we go. Okay, first thing you need to do, you need to rewrite the expression in the correct solution side because you need to find the answer. So we have 2 cubed plus 6 times 2 times 2. Wow, let me make that a little bit better. 6 times 2 times 2 minus 4 times 1/2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is the parentheses. Now, if you look very closely over here on the side, they did parentheses, but they did the 2 times 2 first. Okay, they're both multiplication. It doesn't really matter in this case. We're going to do it the correct way, but that one is not an error. So here we go. 2 cubed plus 6 times 2, okay, which is 12 times 2 minus 4 times 1/2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our next line. We're going to go ahead and do 12 times 2. So we have 2 cubed plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. Okay, now the next thing we need to do, we have an exponent. Let's go ahead and do that. 2 cubed, that's 8. 8 plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. Okay, what do we have next? Well, we have 4 times 1/2. That's going to be 2, because half of 4 is 2. 8 plus 24 minus 2. Okay, 8 plus 24 is 32 minus 2, and that gives us 30. Once again, this was one from yesterday. Hopefully you got this one correct. Alright, now we need to second step. We need to go ahead and identify any of the errors that they had. This is really important right now. Okay, you need to be careful because once again there's another trap in here. They do this specifically to try to trick you. Your job is to be smarter than the test takers and the people that grade them. So here we go. First thing, we should be looking at step 1. Step 1 should be this row. Let's see, we have 2 cubed plus, and I have 12 times 2. Okay, if you look very closely, they did 2 times 2, which we just said earlier. That's okay. It's the same thing. As long as everything else is the same, we're okay, because those are in parentheses and they did it first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and erase that. We're going to continue going on. Minus 4 times 1/2. That entire row is okay. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make a check mark next to it because I'm happy with it. Okay, next thing we're going to do. Let's look at step 2. So let's go to the step 2. This is the second row. Okay, that would be right here. We have 2 cubed plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. Those are the exact same. Perfect. So let's move on. Next one. Okay, we have in step 3, they have 6 plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. We have 8 plus 24. So once again, 8 and 6. Surprise, surprise, they made another error with their exponent. Let's go ahead. Now that we see that first error, remember, then we go over here and only check for the rest of their time. 6 plus 24 minus 4 times 1/2. The next thing they should have done is 4 times 1/2. Did they do that? Does not look like it. It looks like somehow they did 6 plus 24 minus 4 all at the same time, and they got 26. Okay, so they added and subtracted before multiplying. Not good. Okay, so they have 2 errors so far. Now, we do need to make sure that we circle where they were made. Okay, I forgot to do that. We need to make sure that we do. We circle 2 cubed because they screwed that up. And we also need to circle this part right here because they screwed that up in step 3. Now, our next job, we need to go ahead and make sure that we describe all the errors. Okay, this time, I'm going to do it a little bit smaller. Okay, so you're going to have to help me a little bit. Make sure that you have something similar. Okay, in step 2, okay, we'll say that this is Sarah. We don't really care. We can just give her a name. Sarah. Okay. Hi, Torres. Yeah, that's you, Spider Monkey. Okay, in step 2, Sarah made an error. Oops. An error in calculating her exponent. Okay. She multiplied. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and write in the second row, multiplied. Notice I'm writing pretty small this time. That's because I'm trying to get more details and more vocabulary words. The more vocabulary words, the better in this. Okay, so she multiplied 2 times 3 to get oops, doesn't look very good, to get a product of 6. She should have gotten, or she should have multiplied 2 times 2 times 2 to get 8. Okay, she also made another step. In step 3, she added and subtracted before multiplying. Okay, and this time I want to use the time to tell them what answer she should have gotten. She should have gotten an answer of 30. Boom. Okay, and I know you can't see that in the end, but that's what it says. So if you look down here, it says in step 2, Sarah made an error in calculating her exponent. She multiplied 2 times 3 to get a product of 6. She should have multiplied 2 times 2 times 2 to get 8. In step 3, she added and subtracted before multiplying. She should have gotten an answer of 6. Let's go ahead and calculate, see how many words I did this time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a word. Exponents, that's a math word. She multiplied, that's another one. Product, that's another one. She should have multiplied, that's another one, to get 8. In step 3, she added and subtracted before multiplying. So if you look right here, it looks like I have 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have a total of 7 words. That's going to go ahead and be good. And remember, our goal is to get 5. Okay, hopefully you did just as well as in yours. I want you to give me this when you're done with it. Afterwards, I will give you your exit ticket. This one is for you to try completely on your own. If you have any questions, please come see me.